There's no stopping Juventus over in Italy as Serie A looks to be going one way and one way only, and that's with the champions. We'll talk about it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. Today we're taking a little look at Serie A, boys and girls, and it's match day number 29. That's coming up, and we'll get to that in just a second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Serie A related, Blab and Rovers related. Whoa, football related. Oh, here, boys and girls. Under one, Rowski. Now we'll get to match day number 29 in just a second. Of course, we're going to take a little look back at match day number 28 in 1 minute. I want to make shout out to you know who. Of course, it's the VIP gang, that's right, the exclusive gang, that's right, the Patreons. Oh yeah, you want to be a Patreon? I hear you. You want to be a Patreon? There is a link down below in the old description. It's called patreon.com/Roverseas. Support the channel in another way. I'm trying to get up to the dirty dozen, or even an 11. I'm trying to get up to an 11. Have my own team, my own football team of Patreons. You could be the 11, and you could be a goalkeeper or a striker, whichever one you want to be. We could talk all about that another time. But the rest of the team, then we're just waiting for number 11. Is Russell Frost, Cody Ho, Tom Clark, Tom Beresford, the legend John Spurn, Aztec Marky B Mark, Noko Drinker, Daniel Miller, and Bianca Muller. Of course, LG and Cow is back as well. So, yes, boys and girls, let's take a little look at how we all got on then, shall we? First and foremost, we're going to take a little look at how I got on. I don't think I did very well over in Italy this week. So let's jump into it, shall we? Alrighty then, let's take a little look at how I got on this past weekend. Juventus took on Lecce, and they ended up all 4-0 win in the end for Juventus. Quite comfortable. Actually went with a 3-0 win. The goal scorers on that day, Dybala, Ronaldo, Higuain and De Ligt. Fabio Luccioni got himself sent off, so making it nice and easy for Juve in the end. Brescia and Genoa ended up all square 2-2. I went with a 0-0 on this one, not too bad as well. Alfredo Donnarumma, Alessandro Semprini on the score sheet for Brescia. Iago Falque and Andre Pinamonti with 2 penalties to give Genoa a share of the spoils. Cagliari Torino, that ended up 4-2 win for Cagliari. Actually went with a 1-1 draw in this one. Nahatan and Nendez, Giovanni Simoni, Nangalan and João Pedro from a penalty for Cagliari, whereas Torino's goals come from Bremner and Andrea Bellotti in the end, so didn't get that one right. Lazio Fiorentina, though, that was a 2-1 win for Lazio. I actually went with the 2-1. Got that one bang on the piss and nose, lads. Ciro Immobile and Luis Alberto on the score sheet for Lazio. Frank Ribery with a 1-0 for Fiorentina. Dusan Vlahovic get himself sent off on that occasion. AC Milan did take care of business against Roma 2-0. Actually went with the 2-2 draw in this one. Rebic and Hakan Salagongu for AC Milan from the penalty spot to give them all 3 points as they try to move into the Europa League spots. Udinese Atalanta with a bit of a 5-goal belter. Actually went with a 3-0 win myself for Atalanta. The goals on that one, Kevin Lasagne, he got himself a brace. Luis Muriel get himself a brace as well for Atalanta, and Duvan Zapata as well. Sampdoria gets Bologna, and that was a 2-1 win for Bologna. My boys suck. 1-0 win for me. Goal scorers on that occasion, Musa Bado from the penalty spot, Riccardo Orsolini for Bologna, and Federico Balnazzoli for Sampdoria. Meanwhile, Sassuolo and Hellas Verona, that was another 6-goal belter. 3-3 in the end. Actually went with a 2-0 win for Sassuolo. Goals on this one, Germany and Boga with a brace, Rogero as well, Darko Lazovic, Marius Stepinski and Matteo Pessina on the score sheet for Verona. In the end, Napoli and SPAL 3-1 win for matey boy Gattuso's boys. Bang on the piss and nose, lads. Bang on the piss and lows. Goal scorers on that occasion was Dries Mertens with the goal, Ami Yondes and Jose Calderon, with Andrea Pantagrina getting a goal for SPAL. And wrapping up, Parma lost to Inter Milan away. Actually went with the 2-0 win myself. 2-1 was the final score. Goal scorers were Stefan de Vrij, Alessandro Bastoni for Inter Milan, Gervinho for Parma, 2 red cards as well, one apiece, Thomas Bernie and Kuchka. Yeah, so that I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ain't too bad, boys. Ain't too bad indeed. This is what the table though looks like at the moment. Juventus flying high, 69 points on the board, 4 points clear of Lazio. Inter Milan are 3rd, Atalanta are 4th. Roma and Napoli are in the Europa League spots. It looks too far gone for those guys to make the Champions League, but still the position to the table need to be rejigged. As for going down, looks like SPAL and Brescia are doomed. Lecce at the moment, my boy Sampdoria could get sucked into it very, very soon. So that's me. I did all right. What about you guys? Let's take a little look at how you guys got on then. Alrighty, Yannick Bustler, how'd you get on, son? Well, let's take a little look. You did all right, not too shabby. Cody Ho, we'll get to you in a minute. Football Mapper, though. blowing it out of the park. Could you go? Not too bad indeed. And you get a round of applause just because you're a Patreon. So do you, Biancamola? But you get an extra special. Woo, 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 because you did top banana as well. Goodness me. Il Macinino Dononossa, not too shabby as well. The Italian stand did also very, very well as well. You guys kicking it, killing it. Costas K, not too bad as well. Davanti Caprice, I don't know why I'm giving you a round of applause, but hey, no red faces. We're killing it, boys. Absolutely killing it. Can we kill it again this time around? Well, we're going to jump into the thick of things and have a little look at matchday number 29. Okay, boys and girls, let's get into the thick of things and take a little look at matchday number 29, shall we? We're going to start with Torino up against Lazio, and this game takes place, they're all scattered from Tuesday all the way through to Thursday. This one takes place on Tuesday, the 30th of June. The last 6 encounters sees 2 wins for Torino, 3 wins for Lazio, 1 draw between 2 sides. They played in Lazio in Rome earlier in the season. It was a 4-0 win for Lazio with Acerbi with a goal, Immobile with a brace, and Bellotti with a big fat OG. Nicolas Nicolo get himself sent off for Torino on this one. Lazio actually won 17 in the last 20 matches in Serie A. They've also scored at least 2 goals in 8 of the last 10 away matches as well. Heading into this, Lazio looking solid at the moment, just 1 defeat the past 6. That was against Atalanta a couple games back. Whereas Torino, 1 win and 6. That was against Udinese around about 23rd of June. Bookmakers odds 16-5 for Torino, 5-4 on for Lazio, 14-5 is the draw. A win for Torino currently find themselves. Where are you in the table? You currently find themselves 14th for the table, but a win because she is shooting to the top 12. Whereas Lazio are second. Of course, a win will put the pressure on Juventus and move them up to 68 points, which will be 1 point off the lead. Of course, I'm going to go with Lazio on this one. 2-0 win in the end. Can they make up the ground? Will it be a different lead or different points gap between themselves and Juventus? Probably not, because Juventus are going to take on Genoa. So Genoa and Juventus' last 6 encounters sees 1 win for Genoa, 4 wins for Juve, and 1 draw. They played in Turin earlier in the season. It was a 2-1 win for Juve. Bonucci on the score sheet, as well as Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Kwame with a 1-0 goal for Genoa. 3 red cards on this one. 1 for Juve, Andrea Rabet. He got himself sent off in the 87th minute, where 2 other players got themselves off for Genoa, Casula and Machetti. Juventus are actually undefeated in 25 of the last 28 matches in Serie A, and they've also kept a clean sheet in 5 of the last 7 matches as well. They've also gone on to score 2 goals at least the last 5 matches, but realistically just 3 wins in the past 5 for Juve, losing to Lyon not too long ago, and a couple of draws in that match as well. Whereas the opposition, Genoa, not too bad form as well, just 2 defeats in the past 6 games. That was against Lazio before the lockdown, and against SPAL a couple of weeks back when they got spanked 4-1. Bookmakers odds on this one 11-2 for Genoa and 20-9 on for Juventus. Red hot favourites 15-4 is the draw. A win for Genoa currently find themselves in 16th spot. Could see them rise above Udinese into 15th. Of course, Juventus are leading Lazio by 4 points before kick-off, and there could be 7 or 1 or even 4 again. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for Juve on this one to probably keep the table or the top 2 as it is, really. No real changes there. Next up, in the next one, third place Inter Milan up against Brescia, who seem to be down and out at the moment. Anyway, the last 6 encounters between Inter and Milan and Brescia see 3 wins for Inter, 1 win for Brescia, and 2 draws between 2 sides. They played in Brescia earlier in the season. It was a 2-1 win for Inter Milan. Lukaku and Martinez on the score sheet for Inter Milan. Milan Skriniar with a big fat OG for Brescia. The last time played in Inter, though, was a 1-1 draw back in 2010. Samuel Eto'o on the score sheet for the penalty spot. Andrea Carriaceccio on the score sheet for Brescia. Brescia actually failed to win the last 13 matches, whereas Inter actually undefeated in 18 of the last 20 matches in Serie A. They're also undefeated in 10 of the last 11 matches against Brescia. So they are good against these boys. They like playing them, it looks like. 6-1 on for Inter Milan is the odds. 14-1 for Brescia to be victorious. 6-1 is the draw. Stone cold favourites. Inter Milan are third. They have 4 points adrift of second. And a win for them would keep them up the pace with the top 2 within this one. And of course, Brescia are next to bottom. They are 19th on goal difference. A win though would put them up to 21 points. Can't really go anywhere, but I'm going to go with a 3-1 win for Inter Milan in the end. Next up, Bologna up against Cagliari. 2 teams stuck in the middle of the table. It's like a dead rubber, really. They've got nothing much to get excited about, but mid-table is good, I think, for both of these 2 sides. I tipped them to go down, I'm pretty sure of it. But anyway, the last 6 encounters sees 1 win for Bologna and 2 wins for Cagliari. 3 draws between 2 sides. They played in Cagliari earlier in the season. It was a 3-2 win. Hopefully we'll get something like that this midweek in favour of Cagliari. Pedro with the brace. Giovanni Simeone as well on score sheet for Cagliari. Federico Santander and Pablo Farroga with a big fat OG to give Bologna a bit of hope, but they ultimately lost. Bologna actually won won 5 of the last 6 matches against Cagliari in all competitions heading into this. Meanwhile, Cagliari actually on a 2-game winning streak, whereas Bologna actually only won once in the past 5, and that was against Sampdoria last time around. So probably Cagliari are the favourites on this one. Bookmakers are 21-20 for Bologna, 12-5 is the away win, 5-2 is the draw. Looks like Bologna are the bookies' favourites. The win for Bologna currently find themselves in 11th spot, would see them rise above Parma into 8th. The same could be said for Cagliari in 10th. They could also rise above Parma into 8th. 0-0 for me. Can't separate 2 sides. It's one of them. Bit of a damp squib. Can't really separate 2 sides, so everyone's going to take home a point. Next up, SPAL up against AC Milan. Of course, SPAL looking also toast. Are they toast in the old relegation zone? Yep, they're rock bottom. They are nailed on. Anyway, the last 6 encounters season, 6 wins out of 6 for AC Milan over SPAL over the past few matches. Heading into this, SPAL have actually lost their last 6 home matches in Serie A, whereas AC Milan have won their last 6 matches against SPAL in all competitions. They've also scored at least 2 goals in 5 of the last 6 matches against SPAL, so they like playing them. AC Milan just 1 defeat the past 6. That was against Genoa before the lockdown, whereas SPAL just 1 win in 6. That was against Parma before the lockdown as well. So heading into this match-a-rooney, the bookmakers' odds 90-4 for SPAL, 3-5 on for AC Milan, 14-5 is the draw. A win for SPAL. Currently find themselves rooted to the bottom. Could see them leapfrog over Brescia into 19th, but probably won't happen. And as for AC Milan, a win for them, could see them rise above Napoli into 6th spot, and that would be the Europa League football, boys. And that's what I've gone with here. I've gone with the 2-0 win for AC Milan in the end to give themselves 3 points and a big old boost towards the back end of the season. Next up, we have Hellas Verona up against Parma. This match takes place on the Wednesday, the 1st of June. They've only played once in the past few times, and that was earlier in the season. It was a 1-0 win for Verona in Parma. So they are, heading into this, not too bad form for Parma. Just 1 defeat, 2 defeats of the past 5. That was against SPAL and Inter Milan last time around. Meanwhile, their opposition, Verona, just 1 win in the past 5. That was against Cagliari. First game back after the lockdown as well. Bookmakers' odds on this one taking place on the Wednesday. It's 11-10 on for Verona. They are the favourites. 16-5 long shots Parma. 23-10 is the draw. A win for Parma. Where are they in the old table these days? They are actually doing very, very well in 8th spot, but a win could see them rise above AC Milan into 7th, whereas their opposition Verona not too shabby as well, on the same points as well. Could also see them leapfrog above AC Milan. Tough one, this one. I'm also going to go with a draw on this. They're 2 similar size, 2 similar teams doing very, very well this season and looking for a top-half finish, and so far that's on the table. Next up, we have Lecce up against Sampdoria, 2 teams struggling. Of course, Lecce in the drop zone, Sampdoria just above them with 1 point as well, so it's a monstrous 6-pointer for both of these 2 sides. The last 6 encounters sees 1 win for Lecce, 4 wins for Sampdoria, and 1 draw between 2 sides. That draw was last time out in Sampdoria. It was a 1-1 draw. Gianluca Lampadula on score sheet for Lecce, Gaston Ramirez on score sheet for Sampdoria. Lecce also had a man sent off on that occasion. Last time played in Lecce was a 3-2 win for Sampdoria as well. Heading into this, Lecce have actually conceded at least 4 goals in the last 4 matches. And Sampdoria have also scored at least 3 goals in the last 4 away matches against Lecce in all competitions. But only 1 win in the past 5 games for Sampdoria. Heading into this, that was against Verona before the lockdown, whereas the same could be said for Lecce, just 1 win in the past 6 as well against SPAL. That was in the before the lockdown as well. Bookmakers' odds on this very, very tight one. Probably going to be a draw. 21-10 for Lecce, 5-4 for Sampdoria, 12-5 is the draw. And a win for Sampdoria could see them rise above Udinese into 15th. And with for Lecce in 18th, could also see them rise above Udinese into 15th. 2-2 draw for me. I love Sampdoria. They're my team. They're my team out in Italy, and I think they just, I don't know. They've got the nicest man of football in charge, but ultimately he's not doing very well. 2-2 in the end. Everyone will take home a point. Into the back 3 now. Fiorentina taking on Sassuolo. Fiorentina in 13th, Sassuolo into 12th. It seems to be a lot of those games that are it's very similar size. But anyway, the last 6 encounters see 2 wins for Fiorentina, 2 wins for Sassuolo, and 2 draws between 2 sides. They played in Sassuolo early in the season. It was a 2-1 win for Fiorentino. Gantino, Castavelli, and Nikola Menkelenkovic Ibrahimovic on the score sheet for Fiorentina. Jeremy Boga on the score sheet for Sassuolo. The last time played in Fiorentina, it was a 1-0 win for Sassuolo. That's right. Heading into this, Sassuolo have actually conceded at least 3 goals in the last 3 matches. Fiorentina have actually failed to win 9 of the last 10 matches in Serie A. Heading into this, though, just 1 win the past 5 for Sassuolo. That was against Brescia before the lockdown. Same could be said for Fiorentina. 1 win the past 5 as well. That was against Sampdoria before the lockdown as well. But they've also drawn 3 of the past 4, so not too bad, but not really turning the points into wins. Bookmakers odds on this one also taking place on the is it also taking place on the Wednesday? It is, yeah. 90-20 on for Fiorentina. They are favourites. 30-5 is a draw. 30-5 is also the away win for Sassuolo. Win for Sassuolo. Currently find themselves in 12th. Could see them rise above Bologna. It's 11th. Fiorentina on 13th. Win for them. Could see them rise above Sassuolo. That's right. I'm going to go with a 1-0 win for Fiorentina. Going with the bookies on this one. And yeah, Fiorentina should smash it with Ribery and co. Next up, probably a nice little tasty one. This one's 4th place Atalanta up against 6th place Napoli. That's right. The last 6 encounters between two sides. 2 wins for Atalanta, 3 wins for Napoli, and 1 draw between 2 sides. That draw was last time out. It was a 2-2 draw in Naples. October it was. Maskamovic and Milic on the score sheet for Napoli. Ferrara and Ilic on the score sheet for Atalanta. Last time played in Atalanta was a 2-1 win for Napoli. In fact, you've got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games since it was the last victory for Atalanta. It was all the way back in 2018. Atalanta have actually won the last 6 matches in Serie A, and they've also scored at least 2 goals in the last 8 matches, whereas Napoli have also won their last 5 matches as well. So 2 teams on red hot forms. But Atalanta have actually won 6 out of 6 at least, whereas Napoli have actually won 3 of the past 6 as well. So not great, but still good. It probably is going to be a draw, if I'm honest with you. 90-20 on for Atalanta for the victory. 30-5 is a draw. 30-5 is the away win. A win for Napoli in 6th spot. Could see them rise above Roma into 5th. With for Atalanta in 4th. Could see them close in on Inter Milan in 3rd. I'm going with Atalanta. I'm going with goals because they've been scoring goals so far, and I see them going to out Gattuso's boys in the end with a 6-goal thriller. In the end, and Roma wrap up the midweek fixtures up against Udinese. In the last 6 encounters, sees 5 wins for Roma, 1 win for Udinese, 0 draws. They played in Udinese earlier in the season with a 4-0 win for Roma. Zaniolo on the score sheet. Smalling as well. Kluivert and Kolarov as well. Federico Fazio also sent off for Roma. They played 2/3 of that match with 10 men and came out on top as well. The last time they played in Roma was a 1-0 win as well for Roma. Heading into this, Udinese actually failed to win the last 9 matches in Serie A, whereas Roma have actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 3 matches at home. Heading into this, Udinese just 1 win and 4. That was against Brescia before, just after the lockdown, whereas Roma head into this 3 wins at the past 5 games, losing last time out, of course, against AC Milan. Bookmakers odds on this one. Roma, where are you? Taking place on Thursday, the 2nd of July. Same day as the Atalanta-Napoli game. It's 15-8 for Roma. Red hot favourites. 3-1 is the draw. 5-1 is the away win. A win for matey boys. Who is it? A win for Roma. They currently find themselves in 5th. Could see them get a couple more points, up to 51 points, and maybe make a late surge for those top 4, but doubtful. Up against their opponents, Udinese in 15th spot. A win for them. Could see them rise above Fiorentina into top 13. I'm going with Roma on this one with a 3-0 win. What about you guys? Make sure you get your own Prickaroonies in the old links down in the old comment section below. But let's just say, between you and I, all of this magic comes on in bang on the nose. This is what the table would look like at the end of it. Juventus will be on 72 points, 4 points clear of Lazio, who will be 4 points clear of Inter Milan, who will be 4 points clear of Atalanta, who will be a complete 9 points clear of Roma. Down the bottom be SPAL, Brescia going down, Lecce hanging on it. Well, they're not hanging over there. They're still in with a hope, get themselves out of it. But that's just me. Make sure you get your own Pickaroos in nice and early. Yeah, that's right for this one, because of course we're gonna be back probably on Thursday for match day number 20. What is it? 30. No. Yep. I mean, Matchday 30 Pickaroos this Thursday. So make sure you get your predictions into this one early so we can get them in there, and then you'll be featured, of course, next time around. Of course, check out the description as well, my friends. Links to my other social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, and of course, Patreon if you want to support the channel in another way. Become best friends for life, and you'll become number 11 in the dream team. That is my Patreon boys and girls. So make sure you check out that link, patreon.com/overseas. It's cheapest chips, folks. Cheapest chips. It's just $1 minimum. You just check it out. All the links. I'm revamping the Patreon over the summer as well, so you could be first in line for any of that shindigle. Anyway, friends, that's it. Until then, I'll see you all very soon. Keep safe out there. Wear your masks. Stay out of trouble. Don't go social distance. All that kind of stuff. We're out of here. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.